A good afternoon, everyone, and welcome out to Ragsdale Field on the campus of Columbus State University. It's an October afternoon, which means it's baseball time, and what better place to be than right here at Columbus State University. We welcome everyone who's joined us here on Cougar Sports TV. I'm Corey Aldis. Nothing like some October baseball. I know the Braves are in action for all of you Atlanta fans out there. It's 1-1 right now in the second inning. But let's get some Cougar ball happening here in Columbus as Jalen Lotta throws the first pitch in of our Tuesday afternoon scrimmage, and we are underway. Red versus blue, an intra-squad scrimmage happening here this afternoon. Connor Curley rips one into right field to start things off, and making a diving grab out there for Team Red, Colby Brabston making the snag for the Cougars. Well, that's a way to start, to show off a little flare out there into right. A nice diving snag there by Brabston. One of the freshmen, the local product on this team. Again, I say freshman, and we're going to say it throughout this entire broadcast and even this upcoming season. The classes for all of these players, as you see that ball hit towards the gap out there in right center, it's going to drop in for potentially a double as McDade's going to slide all the way in there safely. The double for the second baseman, Matthew McDade, off of Jalen Lotta. With the cancellation of this past season of Cougar baseball, for those that weren't aware, these players got their classifications back, so you're going to see a number of seniors out there that have decided to stay with CSU. Some seniors have decided to depart and graduate as well. Speaking of one of those seniors that has stuck around, it's Jalen Lotta who takes the bump here for Team Red. He wanted me to make sure that I said graduate senior. Not senior Jalen Lotta, but graduate senior Jalen Lotta. Working on his master's, so a shout out to our starting pitcher Jalen Lotta. A master's in MSOL. Who knows what MSOL is? I have absolutely no idea. He said it to me a couple of times, something about, science, organizational leadership, something along those lines. Anyways, he's getting a master's. So congratulations to our very own Lotta. He was confused at first as to what MSOL meant. There we go. Our very own Allie Kerr is helping me out. Oh, as you see the bat go flying towards the dugout there. Some slippery hands. Master of Science and Organizational Leadership. How about that? Not really even sure what you do with that, but sure. Let's roll with it. Let's get some stick-em on those gloves there. As you see, Steven Minter, the one at the plate right now. Matthew McDade over at second base. Again, we apologize, no graphic, no scorebug graphic for you there in the bottom right corner, but that's what I'm here for, to help you out. 2-1 the count with one down as Minter pops one high into foul territory in left field, but chasing all the way over there. We almost had two diving snags, one in right and now one in left, but Nelson couldn't quite reach it in time. 2-2 the count. So Steven Minter, the sophomore, playing shortstop here defensively for Team Red. He's at the plate right now. Out of Powder Springs, Georgia. One of the transfers to this Cougar squad. You see that pitch outside, full count. You don't see any umpire behind home plate, but he's right behind Jalen Lotta. Don't call him an umpire. We'll call him the moderator. That's Carson Bowers, one of the assistant coaches for the Cougars, and the famed umpire from right here around town. Makes the call there, and two are down. He says he's never been wrong in his 5 years of umpiring, and I'm sure every single umpire out there will agree with that. Never one to mess up balls and strikes, right? Just like our professional umps at the big leagues, at the major league levels. Well, it's great to be here on Cougar Sports TV. bringing you some baseball action. We've been out at the soccer field for the past couple of weekends doing some broadcasts for our soccer team scrimmages. And now we get a chance to be here at Ragsdale Field, bringing you a little red versus blue action. So we're going to be here today and tomorrow. So make sure you join us again tomorrow. Scheduled first pitch roughly the same time tomorrow. Obviously different pitchers out there on the mound for the second game. They're playing one on Thursday as well, as you see a backhanded grab out there over at short, and nicely done there by Team Red defensively. And we'll head to the bottom of the first inning. So a double out there by Matthew McDade, but no damage done for Jalen Lotta. We'll head to the bottom of the first after this.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% would go pro.
That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Don't you worry, my child. Everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling, you keep on walking, 'cause I ain't never gonna leave your side.
As kids fall in love with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
Welcome back on Cougar Sports TV. Bottom of the first inning, a double by Matthew McDade, but he was stranded out there over on second base. Get our first chance here to take a look at Luke Ostoff, one of the freshmen on this CSU squad, pitching for Team Blue here this afternoon out of Roswell, Georgia. So how about we got lefty and lefty here between Lotta and Ostoff. Want to know the count? To lead off the bottom of the first, it's David Meadows. It'll be Meadows, Boughton, and Brooks, three names that you're very familiar with here if you're a Cougar fan. Ostoff primarily three pitches out there, a fastball, changeup, and a curveball as that one gets towards the backstop. As Meadows had to back up off of that one. Well, it's great to see David Meadows, that top three of the lineup, really. It's great to see all of them back here for CSU this upcoming season. David Meadows was the transfer up to CSU last season from South Georgia State College, and man, what an addition he was to this Cougar lineup. The 2-1 sent towards center field. It's going to drop in for a base knock. That's what he did all season last year for CSU. He collected 29 hits for the Cougars, only 3 extra base hits, so yeah, he was a singles machine for the Cougars in that leadoff spot. Shows you why. A leadoff single here for Meadows. So stand over on first base. And Isaac Boughton, the returning freshman, still a freshman out there for CSU. Ostoff sends that one in high to start this at bat, 1-0. Boughton played in 20 of the 21 games, just like Meadows did last season. So another new face getting a lot of PT for the Cougars. And it was interesting seeing them in the top of the lineup, hitting 1 and 2. That's something that Coach Appleton just isn't afraid to do, is to put new faces up there. If you're going to produce, you're going to get that PT. And Boughton, another Cougar that produced 18 RBIs last year in the 20 games that he played. 21 total games for CSU last year before the season got halted. The 1-1 pitch misses there, 2-1. see the hand motions from the moderator, Carson Bowers, out there. Not one that says a lot when he's umpiring, but very extravagant with his motions. That one in the dirt, no throw down to second base as David Meadows will take second. So just like Team Blue, Team Red will have a runner over on second base, but no outs for them. Brooks on deck. Osthoff, the 3-1 pitch, misses. It's going to be ball 4 as Isaac Boughton will head to the dugout. Yep, that's right, ball 4, and Boughton will head to the dugout. That's because Boughton is not running in this scrimmage. Who's going to be our pinch runner? Look at Hunter Woodall just hopping the fence there down in the dugout, and he'll head on over to first base. Still recovering from a muscle injury is Isaac Boughton. Been watching him rake so far in this fall camp for the Cougars. It's been fun to see him out there hit away, even though he's not running on the base paths. That one chopped towards the hole, and it's going to skirt past the shortstop, which means Meadows is going to come all the way home to score. Red's going to take the early 1-0 lead on the Brooks RBI single. So Robert Brooks, all he does is collect big, timely hits for the Cougars. Had 52 RBIs in his freshman campaign, 47 as a sophomore. Hit .329 last year for the Cougars. Just an unbelievable bat inside this lineup for CSU. 0-1, now 0-2 the count. No outs still out there for Team Red, and they did take the 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. The 0-2 pitch ripped into right field. That's going to be another base knock. Right fielder out there is Chandler for Team Blue. The throw home is not going to be there in time as Woodall gets dirty and slides in safely to make it 2-0. Osthoff giving up some hits here. A single to Meadows, walked Boughton, and singles by Brooks and Brabston, RBI singles by the two of them, makes it 2-0. By the way, Brooks moved over to third base on that throw home, so runners on the corners, still no outs, and it's 2-0 Team Red. Taking off for second base as Brabston is going to not even have to slide. No throw made. Brabston will pick up the stolen base. Boy, Team Red extremely aggressive here in the first inning. They've already got 2 on in scoring position with the 2-0 lead. Just goes foul there. Out in front of that one is Seth Nelson. So one of the new faces here for the Cougars, Seth Nelson, the freshman from Leesburg, Georgia. 5'10", 190, listed as a catcher on the roster. That one in the dirt. It's going to scoot away from the catcher, Kraus. The throw home. It looks like they got him. Brooks is going to be tagged out trying to get home. He has to shake the dirt off himself. That's a nice play made there behind the plate. Got away from Kraus, but he recovered nicely, and Osthoff was there to apply the tag. Well, that's the first out recorded by Team Red here in the bottom of the first. Brabston did move up to third base. There's a line out straight to Minter at short. Here's Mason Davis, freshman from Phoenix City. He's an all-by-city player over at Central High a couple of years ago. 2 down, runner on third, 2-0 the score, Team Red on top. First pitch swinging. It's going to go deep into the hole for Matthew McDade, but a great defensive player out there records the third and final out. 3 singles out there for Team Red. They plate 2 runs, 2-0 after 1.
As Division II student athletes, we are committed to being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activities.
The facts are that immediate delivery of CPR and AED saves lives, so everyone should be CPR and AED trained. Please join us in this important initiative. Make it yours.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
The American
So it's Team Red who jumps out to the early lead. Again, we're only playing 7 innings in this intra-squad. So a 7-inning game as Lotta takes the bump once again. RBI singles from Robert Brooks and Colby Brabston. Helped plate 2 runs there, and Blue will see if they can respond. As Will Wilbanks will lead things off here for Team Blue. Want to know the count? Obviously, y'all are watching Cougar Sports TV and not your beloved Braves, but in case you wanted an update, 1-1, still the score in the 3rd inning. 4 baseball games, playoff baseball games on deck for today. Man, what a day it's going to be. Baseball all around. Astros and A's the next one up. Yankees and Rays to follow, and then the nightcap, obviously, the 2 Cali teams, the Padres and Dodgers. 2-1 the count. Will Banks, swing and a miss there, 2-2. Lotta picked up 1 strikeout on Minter in the 1st inning. What a pitcher he's become for CSU over his career. He would have been an all-conference pitcher last year, no doubt about it, as that one skied high into left field. Nelson out there underneath it for out number 1. Last season, Jalen Lotta for the Cougars made 6 appearances, 6 starts. He was 4-0 with a 2.25 ERA. And his last start was just unbelievable. The one on the road against Augusta. One of his best pitching performances of his entire career. As he starts this at-bat off with the ball. 7 innings, 1 hit, no earned, 1 walk, and 12 strikeouts. Just unhittable in that game against the Jaguars. Part of a Cougar sweep in that one. Brooks framing that one. Didn't get the call there. 2-0 the count. 1 down. A miss there to make it 3-0. Win John's the one at the plate here. It's good to see Win John's back here as a Cougar, the freshman that came up last season from Savannah, Georgia. There's a called strike on a 3-0 count. One down, base is empty. The 3-1 pitch, back-to-back strikes. Went from a 3-0 to a full count. There's the payoff pitch and a swing and a miss there as Johns will strike out. Lada is going to pick up his second strikeout of the afternoon. Well, that brings another new face up to the plate here in Carson Bell, the infield freshman from Woodstock, Georgia. First pitch swinging, goes straight into center field. Easy play to make there for Hunter Woodall. So Jalen Lada goes 3 up, 3 down, a couple of flyouts with a strikeout. 2-0 still the score. Team Red on top.
A dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
We can stop to make sure someone is okay. Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Codify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Luke Osthoff back out there here for Team Blue as he sends the first pitch in and a swing and a miss there from Hunter Woodall. So the center fielder, Woodall, who just recorded the out, will lead things off here in the bottom of the second for Team Red, who's hanging on to a 2-0 lead. 1-1 the count. We'll see if Osthoff can settle down here and settle in on the mound in this second inning of work. Gave up 3 hits, 3 singles, 2 runs in the first inning. It's the 1-1 pitch. Excited to see Hunter Woodall out there for the Cougars. The sophomore from Smith Station, Alabama. Won a state title a few years ago at the high school level. Didn't get any PT last year. He's spent some time the previous year helping us out here up in the broadcast booth. It's great to have him around as he hits that one into left center field. Back there, just in front of the warning track, is Will Banks to record out number 1. Oh, Cougar fans know this guy at the plate here, John Pardue for Team Red. Been here since 2017, and he sends one right back up the middle for a base knock. It's a good piece of swinging right there from John Pardue, catcher for CSU, playing first base here in this scrimmage for Team Red, as Brooks is behind the dish. It's going to bring the top of the lineup back around. If you've been keeping track, you might be a little bit confused to see the top of the lineup here. Only 8 hitters for Team Red. Missing a shortstop defensively, but if you've noticed, they've brought in a couple of players from Team Blue who are rotating through the shortstop position. Minter played it last inning defensively for Team Red. So only 8 hitters back to the top of the lineup here with Meadows. Had a single in his first at-bat and came around to score to make it 1-0. Two and 1 the count. 2-0 the score for Team Red. Only 1 out. Runner over on first base. Here's a pitch from Osthoff. That one low and outside. And now Pardue caught in between the bases, and he's going to be tagged out, getting to second base. Caught a no man's land out there was John Pardue. Nice play made there defensively for the Cougars and Team Blue to get out number 2. So now it's a 3-1 count, but the bases are empty here for David Meadows. Hit .305 for CSU last year in his first season. That one looks like it's going to get out of play. Take a nice little bang here in the stands, and unfortunately for the pitchers who have to go after those balls, it bounced over towards the street. Tough break there, as it looks like Dalton Bradford will be the one to go give chase to that one. Full count, bases empty. 2 down, Meadows rolls it to third base. Bell is there for Team Blue, and there's the third and final out. So there was a single by John Pardue, but he got caught in between the base paths. So only 3 batters see the plate here for Team Red. We'll head to the third inning. 2-0, Reds still on top.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% would go pro.
That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Don't you worry, my child. Everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling, you keep on walking, 'cause I ain't never gonna leave your side.
As kids fall in love with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
Team Blue up there to start the top of the third inning. 2-0 the score. Red in front. Spencer Chandler will lead things off as he pops that one foul. Jalen Lotta back out there for his third inning of work. Well, unfortunately for Braves fans, it's a 4-1 lead now for the Marlins. They've played it 3 runs in the top of the third. 4 runs off of 5 hits. So they've really started to get to Max Fried, who took the mound for Atlanta. 1-1 the count. Chandler, the leadoff hitter for Blue. That fastball is fouled back. Lotta's added a couple of pitches to his arsenal this past offseason. Really excited to see the difference that it will continue to make for a guy who was absolutely dynamite last year for the Cougars. That one misses there. Ball 2. 2-2 the count. Added a splitter and a cutter. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That cutter will move in on your hands. Coming from a lefty pitcher when you're going up against a right-handed batter like Chandler. You can hear the little ding there of the bat as the top popped off there as Brooks is taking a look at it. Lotta just tosses it to the side. That was a funky sound that you'll hear from those metal bats as they take a look at it, tossing it towards the dugout. One down. Cooper Kraus, the one here with one out. Another new face. First pitch swinging. Meadows takes it on a hop and makes the play to first base. Two quick groundouts for Lotta. It's going to bring the top of the lineup back around with Connor Curley. He hit one hard into right field his first time up, and unfortunately was robbed of extra bases as Colby Brabston made a diving snag out there in right to take away an extra base hit. Lefty on lefty, and he was swinging first pitch the first time up, and he's doing it again. Connor Curley this time finds himself on first base. It's that lefty-lefty matchup there with Lotta and Curley. Matthew McDade had some success against Jalen Lotta his first time up with a double that was ripped into the gap. See if McDade can try to get Team Blue back in this. They're trailing 2-0 here in the top of the third. As Lotta's pitch, again, a swing on the first pitch there by Matthew McDade, but he's going to fly out to center field to Hunter Woodall. So Curley stranded over there on first base. A fly out will end the top of the third. 2-0, Team Red on top.
As Division II student athletes, we are committed to being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activities.
The facts are that immediate delivery of CPR and AED saves lives, so everyone should be CPR and AED trained. Please join us in this important initiative. Make it yours.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
2-0 the score here as we enter the bottom of the third. Team Red on top. It'll be Balton, Brooks, and Brabston, who all had success against Osthoff the first time around. But he settled in nicely there, gave up that single to Pardue, but only saw the minimum of 3 batters there in the second inning. Lefty ready to deliver to Isaac Balton, who's the designated hitter in this game for Team Red. It's a good curveball to start things off. Pitch number 2 is sent into left field for a single. Look at the speed by Balton down to first base. Yep, he's actually going right back to the dugout. Who's coming over to first? Oh, of course, Team Red's going to throw some speed out there with David Meadows. Again, Isaac Boughton not running the base paths. Still coming off of an injury. So taking things nice and slow, but he's drawn a walk and hit a single in his first 2 plate appearances. That brings Robert Brooks to the dish. Picked up the RBI single his first time up. Let's see if David Meadows might take off for second base. They've already thrown back there twice. They know the speed of David Meadows. He stole 7 bases last year for CSU. The leader for the Cougars, a team that swiped 15 bags overall before the season got canceled. Want to know the count? No outs, runner over on first. It's Meadows in place of Boughton. 2-0 lead here for Team Red. Osthoff's pitch is high, ball 2. Brooks has hit over 300 all 3 seasons that he's played in for the Cougars. In fact, he led the team in batting average as a freshman. That was that World Series run for CSU back in 2018. 59 games as a freshman. Unbelievable for CSU, and he sends one into deep left field. It's going to bounce just in front of the wall, and off it goes. It will be fielded out there by Will Banks and sent in, but Brooks is going to have an extra base double for Team Red. He's an extra base machine, a lot of power from the catcher, the 6-foot, 190-pound catcher for CSU. And he swings out of his boots all the time up there at the plate. Osthoff in some trouble here. Runners on second and third with Brabson at the plate. Brabson a chance to bust this game open here. Left on left matchup as Osthoff sends the first pitch in. Misses there. Want to know the count? Runners on second and third. And looking at a strike there to even things up at 1-1. Brabson, the RBI single, his first time up. Stole a base as well. They really like this kid. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Off-speed misses there. Only played in 1 game last year for CSU. Went 1 for 3 with an RBI. So made the most of his time. One of the local products, the Columbus High graduate, as he sends one into right field for a base hit. That's going to plate 1 run. They'll hold Brooks over at third base, wisely so. How about Brabston? 2 for 2 with 2 RBI singles. So the runner in place of Isaac Boughton has come around to score both times. And it's now a 3-0 lead for Team Red. 7 hits. We're only in the bottom of the third. Runners on the corners. Nelson lined out softly to short his first time up. Brooks on third, Brabston at first. The 0-1 pitch, make it 0-2. Good off speed there from Osthoff. Well, we appreciate y'all joining us here on Cougar Sports TV. We'll be right back here tomorrow. Same time. Intrasquad number 2. They've got a 3-game docket. There's going to be another one, as you see a swing and a miss there to strike out from Seth Nelson. They've got 3 games. One today, tomorrow, and then Thursday. But we'll be over at soccer on Thursday for their scrimmage. So make sure you at least join us tomorrow. A couple of October intra-squad games Nothing better than some Cougar baseball here at Ragsdale Field in the month of October. By the way, the weather down there, absolutely perfect. Can't get any better than it is. Some cloud coverage, but only 79 degrees right now. Supposed to be in the mid-80s tomorrow, though, so a little bit hotter. Oh, and 1 the count, 1 down, runners on the corners. It's a 3-0 lead here for Team Red. That off-speed pitch hit into dead center field. Connor Curley will make the grab. He'll throw it all the way towards home plate, but easily scoring well deep enough there for Robert Brooks. Mason Davis gets the job done on the sac fly to score Brooks to make it 4-0. So Woody will come up with a run over on first base. He flew out to left field his first time up. We went single, double, single to start this inning by Boughton, Brooks, and Brabston. How about the 3 of them so far in this one? A combined 5 for 5 at the plate with a walk. They've got 3 of the 4 runs as well. 1-1 the count. Taking off for second base is Brabston. No throw as that ball was in the dirt. So Brabston now 2 singles, 2 RBIs, 2 stolen bases. Have yourself a Tuesday afternoon game. Now a runner in scoring position for Woodall. 2-1 is high, 3-1. That 3-1 probably was going to be ball 4 there as Woodall swung through it. Makes it a full count. Only 1 out, though. And Brabston with some speed over there on second base. Osthoff delivers. That one fouled back. Well, the Cougars last season, man, what a year it was going to be. 18-3 overall record. They were electric on the field. Had great pitching, great hitting. The defense obviously phenomenal as always. Nation's leader in double plays turned. Just a great squad all around. Obviously unfortunate that the season had to come to an early end as you see Woodall strike out there. Well, it was out number 3 as there was that second out already recorded on the sac fly. So 4-0 the score though. We're through 3. Let's head to the 4th.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
We can stop to make sure someone is okay. Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Codify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us.
To intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Back here at Ragsdale Field to start the top of the 4th inning. Again, just a 7-inning game here in this intra-squad scrimmage as Russell Forthoffer will take the mound. First pitch swinging, and it's going to be a single through the hole there on the left side for Stephen Minter. So 40 back out there on the bump for Team Red. First time that we'll get to see him here in this intra-squad. Made 4 appearances last year for CSU and 4 innings, gave up just 1 hit, had a 1.25 ERA, a couple of strikeouts. Always fun to see Russell Forthoffer out there, one of the nicest guys on this team. Not a graduate senior, but a senior preparing to graduate. Another one of the local products. So many local products on this roster. Columbus native, also went to Columbus High. Stephen Minter over there on first base. That pitch misses there for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. Three-pitch arsenal from 40 out there on the mound as that one's lifted into center field. It's going to be another single, so back-to-back singles by Team Blue to start off the top of the 4th. Good piece of hitting there from Dane Bullock, who has decided that he will run the base paths. He too in recovery mode from an injury, but it's great to see him out there collecting a hit, and he'll run around out there on the base paths as well for CSU. A big-time player in this Cougar lineup in Dane Bullock, the senior from Fayetteville, Georgia. Hit .338 last year for the Cougars. Showed a whole lot of power his junior season when he first came to CSU. 22 extra base hits. 11 doubles and 11 home runs. Had 11 more doubles last year. The home run ball was starting to come around as the season was progressing. It started a little bit slow, but Bullock was coming into his own once he hit that first home run here at Ragsdale Field. Forty in some trouble. He's got runners on first and second with no outs. The 0-1 pitch misses there, 1-1. Give a little shout out to our crew up here, our cameraman Jamie Boatwright helping us out. So if you miss any of the action, you know who to blame. As our pitcher Boatwright on the camera for this intra-squad. And I will give him credit. He's been absolutely crushing the music and video board here as well. Helping out all of our fans, as in all of our players. Pitchers, hitters, having a fun time here in this intra-squad at Ragsdale Field. Listening to the beats. Beats brought to you by Boatwright. 3-1 now the count. Runners on first and second, 4-0. Team Blue is trailing, but maybe a chance to get back into it. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a full count. Braves fans excited once again. They're getting back into it. The opening game of their NLDS series with the Marlins. Score now 4-3. Braves scored 2 runs there. Hit a couple of doubles to get back into it. Hit and run there by the Cougars and Team Blue, and it's going to skirt past the diving first baseman and John Pardue. Bullock will move all the way over to third base. How about Dane Bullock, who, by the way, has the GoPro on his helmet. So I put the GoPro out there. I gave it to Robert Brooks to start, and now they've been moving it around as Dane Bullock is wearing the GoPro right now. I can see it on him over at third base. We're getting some live action on the GoPro. I'll have a chance post-game to take a look at what they got. Maybe some fun footage from the players. Jeez. It's a nice piece of swinging right there just out in front of that one from Wynn Johns. Good bat speed from the freshman. He's got a chance here to really do some damage. Runners on the corners. 4-1 the score, so fourth offer giving up the first run here for Team Blue. Off back-to-back-to-back singles. Minter was the one that scored. Runners on the corners. Off the end of the bat. Chance for one of those Cougar double plays. The touch of second and the throw over to first base. It's Mason Davis doing it all himself there. 2 down. Will be an RBI, though, as a run came across. So Johns will pick up the RBI to make it 4-2. Team Blue getting a couple runs here in the top of the fourth. Brings up Carson Bell. Base is empty. 2 down. Looks at a strike to start this at bat. Flew out to center. Back in the second inning. Again, we're only playing 7 innings here. We'll have 3 pitchers for each team. Lotta went 3 innings, as you saw Osthoff do as well. Brockman will be the new pitcher for Team Blue, and right now, as we've mentioned, Russell, fourth offer out there here for Team Red. 1-1 pitch. Did he go? Yeah. Dugout umpire there, and Coach App is going to say yes. Forty ahead in the count, 1-2, 2 down. Two makes it a full count. So the graduate senior, Jalen Lotta, went 3 strong, gave up just 2 hits, no earned with 2 strikeouts. 40 trying to keep this at just 2 runs here in the top of the fourth, and he should do it right there as it's grounded over to short. McDade now stepping in over at short for Team Red. He makes the on-line throw to first base. 2 runs come across for Team Blue. They hit 3 consecutive hits to start off the inning, and they make it a 4-2 game. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth here on Cougar Sports TV.
Opportunity to me means doing the things that will make you a better future. I always dreamed of graduating from college. So being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed was paying off. Having an athletic scholarship for the University of Mount Olive was key for my success. I had the opportunity to not only get an education, but be able to develop as an individual.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
NCAA Teamworks is how the NCAA, member schools, student athletes, and corporate champions and partners actively engage in outreach efforts where national championships are played. Through initiatives such as NCAA Community 101 service learning projects, disaster relief efforts, youth clinics, backpack and school supply donations, and support of Special Olympics and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the NCAA and its partners work together to leave a lasting legacy in the community. For more information on NCAA Teamworks, go to ncaa.com/teamworks.
Four to two now the score back at Ragsdale Field on Cougar Sports TV. I'm Corey Aldis. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Russell Forthoffer gave up 2 runs off of 2 hits. It was Minter, Bullock, and Wilbanks all hitting singles to start the top of the fourth inning, and then Wynne-Johns hit into that double play, but a run came across. 4 to 2 now the score. Blue right back in it. John Pardue will lead things off. And a new pitcher out there as Zach Brockman is out there on the mound for CSU. So Osthoff is complete through his 3 innings of work. Gave up 7 hits and 4 runs. Brockman, the new pitcher up there, made a couple of appearances for CSU last year. The junior from Savannah, Georgia. He was one of those transfers that came onto this Cougar squad last year, transfer from Liberty. 4 1/3, gave up just 5 hits, 1 earned with 3 strikeouts. Picked up a win as well for CSU. 1-2 the count. Moderator Carson Bowers gets in his stance, calls a ball there to make it 2-2. Pardue fouls that one back. He hit a single his first time up. Ended up getting caught in between the base paths for out number 2. That was back in the second inning. And we'll do it again. Well, going back to the Cougar season last year, an 18-3 overall record, they were 11-1 inside the Peach Belt Conference, taking every single series. Their lone loss came to UNC Pembroke. That was the final, the Sunday game of that 3-game series. The only blemish in conference play, as you see Pardue strike out there. That team was something special. And they'll tell you it as well. Not afraid to shy away about how talented they felt. They felt that that was going to be another World Series type of team. Didn't quite have the bat power that we've seen and at least been accustomed to in previous Columbus State years. They only had 17 home runs through their 21 games at the time. When you go back to some of those previous years, especially the World Series year, back in 2018 when they hit 87 home runs. That team just absolutely mashed the ball. But this was a team that hit for average and came up with timely hits. It was all about those hits with runners on the base paths, as you see Meadows ground out for out number 2. And that was the beauty of that team last season. And they also will tell you about the chemistry. That team was very tight-knit. Chemistry was off the charts there, and that's what they felt really helped propel them to some of their wins. It's a team that hit .306 last year overall through their 21 games of play. 45 doubles with those 17 home runs. So again, off pace from what we've become accustomed to, but when they got those timely hits, really made a difference for CSU. Only 3 losses all year. The one to UNC Pembroke, the one to Florida Southern to open up the series against their stud pitcher. And then the one that no one really wants to talk about, and we basically pretend didn't happen. The February 11th game on the road against Albany State. We'll just throw that one under the rug. 0-2. 2 down and the base is empty. Blue finally on the board with 2 runs there in the top of the 4th. They need a 0 up here. You get some runs, you want to respond immediately with a 0 defensively, so they can continue to try to creep back into this one. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Brooks already 2 for 2. A single and a double his first 2 at-bats. Both him and Brabston, the one on deck with 2 RBIs. Excuse me, it's Isaac Boughton, though, the one at the plate. As he looks at a called third strike, moderator Bowers gives him the ring-up motion. And Boughton will have to head back to the dugout, out number 3. We're through 4 innings, 4-2, Team Red on top.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
On and off the court, we're focused on creating lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education.
Cougar players having some fun with the music here at Ragsdale Field. And we're into the top of the 5th inning on Cougar Sports TV. 4-2 the score. Team Red on top, but Team Blue played it a couple of runs their previous time up. See if they can keep things rolling. Spencer Chandler will lead things off. So Chandler, Kraus, and then the top of the lineup with Connor Curley. Fourth offer, the pitcher out there once again here for Team Red. A ground out by Chandler, his first time up to second base. This time he gets it to squeeze through the left side hole in between third baseman and shortstop, and Chandler will have himself a leadoff single. That's a way to try to keep things rolling. So 4 singles now given up by 40 on the mound. Give up back-to-back-to-back singles to start the top of the 4th. Here's Cooper Kraus. He grounded out to third his first time up. Back in the 3rd inning. First pitch, he shows bunt. Pretty well placed, but it's just going to trickle foul. That's a nice play defensively made there by David Meadows. He saw the trajectory of it as it was starting to roll towards that foul line and let it go through his legs instead of picking it up, because it was going to be a tight play to make that throw over to first. Well, for all you Braves fans, score still 4-3. Marlins on top, bottom of the fourth, as Atlanta tries to get back into it. Spencer Chandler, the one over there on first base, with Kraus at the plate. 1-1 the count. 3:35 local time here. We're only playing 7 innings. Another well-placed bunt easily gets the runner over to second base. They really wanted to get Chandler into scoring position there for the top of the lineup. Curley will be at the plate. McDade on deck. That's who you want to see if you're Team Blue. Chance here to try to cut the deficit in half or to tie things up. Tying run at the plate in Connor Curley. Curley obviously not known for his power, but a guy that was outstanding for CSU last year as a sophomore. Hit .324 for the Cougars. 23 hits, only 3 extra base hits. A singles machine. Very similar to David Meadows. He looks at a called strike there. 1-1 the count. Runner Chandler, the one over on second base. Here's the 1-1 pitch from 40. Called strike 1 and 2 on the inside. Hit hard by Connor Curley, and it's just going to skirt past John Pardue, which means runner's going to come all the way around to score. It's a 4-3 game. Here comes Team Blue. Right back in this. Let's see if they decide to give an error up there on the board to John Pardue at first. Catcher playing first. Tough break there. We know the speed that Connor Curley has over there at first base. And fourth offer is going to be really leery of him at first. 4-3 game. It was 4-0. Team Red was comfortably in front. There goes Curley taking off for second base. Is he going to get there in time? He is. Carson Bowers signaling safe there, as Curley will pick up the stolen base. Puts him in scoring position for McDade. Still only 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Only playing 7 innings. Shortened intra-squad here at Ragsdale Field. 1-0, make it 2-0. McDade hit .286 for the Cougars last year. Was a staple inside of the lineup his freshman campaign back in 2019. Out of Cape Coral, Florida. Makes it 3-0. Oh, they're going to call a strike there. So 2-1 the count. My apologies to our moderator, Carson Bowers, who never misses a call there. Pretty sure that one's a ball, though. Say 3-1 now. Runner on second base, a lot of speed. It's Curley. 40's 3-1 pitch. One for 2 on the afternoon is McDade. Had a double his first time up against Jalen Lotta. That pitch, though, is going to miss. That's going to be ball 4 on the full count. Puts runners on first and second. Steven Minter steps back up there. He got things started 1 inning ago. Had the leadoff single in the top of the 4th, and that's when Blue started to awaken and get things rolling. The Columbia State Community College transfer in Minter. Another one of the new faces that we'll get used to talking about here on this Cougar roster. Out of Powder Springs, Georgia. Set a strike there, 1-1 the count. I believe this will be the final inning for a 4th offer. I think they're going 3-2-2. They're each going to throw 3 pitchers. Joyner, the scheduled one to throw next for Team Red. You can see him down there in the bullpen. He appears to be all warmed up and ready to go. Dane Bullock, the one on deck. That one sent over to third base. Can it be a Cougar inning-ending double play? Not quite. The out there over at first base. Good piece of running there from Minter to leg that one out. That brings up Dane Bullock, who hit a single his last time up. He's got runners on the corners, and he's got the GoPro on his helmet. Please tell me that he's going to hit a home run with the GoPro on, or anything other than getting the GoPro hit. That may or may not be my own personal GoPro. Probably wouldn't love to watch it be hit right now. GoPros are pretty indestructible, but you get a 85 to 90 mile per hour pitch thrown at it, and I think it will probably do a little bit of damage. It's got to be a fun look, though, coming from the GoPro on a batter's helmet. It's on there pretty tight, too. Just no high and in pitches here, 40. Oh, and 1 the count, 2 down. Runners on the corners, make it 1-1. $17 RBIs last year for the senior. He's got a lot of pull in his swings towards that 330 line at Ragsdale Field, out in left field. 2-1 the count. Runners on the corner in a 4-3 game. The pitch from 40 in the dirt gets past Brooks. He'll have a chance to throw it over to 40. Not quite. As 4th offer hadn't quite made his way home. It's going to score Connor Curley and move the runner Minter up to second base. We are all tied up, 4-4. 2 more runs here from Team Blue. Here comes the pitch. Bullock's going to send that one into left center field. It's going to drop in for a base knock, an RBI base knock, to allow Team Blue to take the lead. It was 4-0 Team Red, and all of a sudden, 5-4, Team Blue has come storming back here. 2 runs in the 4th, 3 in the 5th. You know what that means? No win. Even though he only threw 3 innings there, no win upcoming for pretend win for Jalen Lotta. So he watched his 4-run lead disappear here in the past couple of innings. Speaking of Jalen Lotta, he's up here in the booth right now, and word on the street was that he wanted to hop on the mic. Everyone knows Jalen Lotta around here on campus as the most talkative player on this Cougar roster. do a poll here on Twitter. Loudest player on the team. Jalen Lotta obviously popping up there every time, right? 1-0 pitch. I will give Lotta credit. His interviews last year were better than previous years. Not as much editing and chopping up that I had to do. Always a fun character, though, to have here on campus. So 4-0 was the score. Team Red was out in front, heading to the 4th inning. And then Blue played it 2 in the 4th. They've scored 3 here in the 5th. And they've got a runner on second base with 2 outs. Chance to add to it, to swing and a miss. Makes the count 2-2 to Will Wilbanks. Wilbanks picked up one of those RBI singles in the 4th to help plate one of those 2 runs. Brooks not taking a friendly hit on that foul tip. Gave him a little time to recover there. Not much you can do, just got to spend some time. Well, look at this. We're going to have a little bit of a substitution here, as Team Blue's going to send their catcher, Cooper Kraus, out, with Brooks still trying to shake it off. That's how we do it in inter-squads. We resume play immediately. 2-2 the count. Runner on second with 2 outs. 40's pitch. Hit into left center field. Got a chance to drop in for an RBI, and it's going to. Out there in center field is Hunter Woodall sending it into second base, and they're going to score just in time before Wilbanks was tagged out. Wilbanks will pick up the RBI, though. It makes it 6-4. 6 consecutive runs for Team Blue. They now have the lead. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th after this.
On and off the court, we're focused on creating lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. More college athletes are earning degrees than ever before, but we've still got work to do. That's why we're raising the bar for incoming freshmen, so they're prepared when they get to campus, and why teams can't play in championships unless they make the grade. Education matters, and putting academics first creates a pathway to a lifetime of opportunity. While they're focused on success, we're focused on them. Because protecting college athletes doesn't only happen on the field. After the buzzer, it's about healthier student athletes. So we're reforming to meet their needs, investing in groundbreaking research, and changing the conversation around mental health. We're working hard to protect college athletes, because prioritizing their well-being creates a pathway to a lifetime of opportunity. Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools, for nearly 500,000 student athletes, college sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
Six to 4, Team Blue has come storming out in front of Team Red. 6 unanswered. We'll see if Red can respond. Bottom of the 5th inning here on Cougar Sports TV. We're only going 7 innings here this afternoon. A 7-inning Intrasquad today and tomorrow that we'll bring to you live here on Cougar Sports TV. Brabston, that is a hot bat right now. 3 consecutive hits in his first 3 at-bats. Single, single, single. He's got 2 RBIs and 2 stolen bases as well. Well, we can do whatever we want in Intrasquads, and Brooks was the one who was originally slated to lead off this inning, but you saw the hit that he took on that foul tip in the top of the frame, so they just skipped him. We led things off with Colby Brabston. Pitch delivered in there with Seth Nelson now at the plate. Brabston, 2 stolen bases. He's over there at first. Wouldn't put him past him whatsoever to try to pick up stolen base number 3. 1-0 pitch. Catches the outside corner there. Just slid out. Seth Nelson 0 for 2. 8 hits now for Team Blue. That one flared into right field, going back and making the grab out there for Team Blue is Chandler as Seth Nelson flies out for out number 1. Mason Davis had the sac fly RBI. And there goes Brabston taking off for second base. He's going to slide in safely. Stolen base number 3. 3 singles, 3 stolen bases, a couple of RBIs. No big deal. Just another normal afternoon at the park for the freshman from Columbus, Georgia. A first-team All-Region player, second-team All-State selection over at Columbus High was Brabston a couple seasons ago. He's in scoring position here for Mason Davis. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Bottom of the 5th inning, so only a couple chances left for these two teams. We're only playing 7 innings in this one. That pitch right down the pipe, called third strike. Mason Davis will head back to the dugout. Good pitch thrown in there by Brockman, who's come in relief of Osthoff. Two down. Brabston on second base for Woodall. Fly out and a strikeout for Hunter in his first 2 at-bats. Want to know the count? 2 down. 6-4 game. Team Blue on top. Brockman's pitch. Some good movement on it as it was fouled back there by Woody. His team absolutely loves playing here at Ragsdale Field. A 12-2 record last season at home. Dominant throughout the years. That one's chopped high as the shortstop Minter will roll over, and the play unable to be made safely there at first base. Got away from the first baseman, Johns, who was the one over there. So Woodall will be at first base, and it's going to make it a 6-5 game. Brabston, the one who comes around to score. So first error of the game for Team Blue. One error apiece for these two sides. It's going to have a tight game here heading down the stretch. By the way, an update for you Braves fans out there. 4-3 still the score. They're headed to the 6th inning. That game being played in my hometown. Home of the Houston Astros. One of the 4 bubble spot locations for these 4 division series. Minute Maid Park. Got a chance to play with the train up there in that Crawford box short left field. That pitch skied high by John Pardue into right field. That's going to be out number 3, but Team Red, they scratched across a run. 6-5 our score. We're through 5 here on Cougar Sports TV.
You can stop to make sure someone is okay. Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Codify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
From court to court and lane to lane under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
It's more than a whistle or a call. We're committed to giving college athletes a fair shot, on and off the field. Covering the full cost of attendance, because college costs go beyond tuition. Keeping dreams on track, regardless of performance or injury. And creating equal opportunities and inclusive environments. It's about respecting college athletes and prioritizing fairness to build a pathway to lifelong opportunity.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experience as possible.
We've entered the 6th inning here at Ragsdale Field, and we'll get a chance to look at our final 2 pitchers for these 2 respective squads. Joyner, the one out there here for Team Red. He'll get his first appearance in our inter-squad scrimmages being broadcasted here on Cougar Sports TV. Colton Joyner, another Columbus, Georgia native. Look at Perez Knowles, former pitcher here, making that snag in the dugout. Joyner went to Northside High. Was the All-Bi-City Pitcher of the Year and All-State selection as well. Helped Northside to actually a state title back in high school. Didn't pitch last year for CSU. No appearances. Get a chance to look at him for the first time on the mound here this afternoon. 2-1 the count. Team Blue on top 6-5. Now 2-2. They've come all the way back in this one. After trailing 4-0, took a 6-4 lead. Red made it 6-5 in the last half frame. And we've got Wynn Johns at the plate here with a 2-2 count. Misses there, full count. Johns grounded into that double play, but did pick up the RBI to make it a 4-2 game. His last time up, off the end of the bat, sent over to second, out number 1. So it's Johns, Bell, and Chandler. These 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Team Blue. Fourth offer's afternoon is done, as is Brockman's. We've got Joyner out there right now, and then we'll get a chance to look at Burton for Team Blue. First pitch sent in, swing and a miss there by Carson Bell. Bell 0 for 2 on the afternoon. That one goes to short, and the play made by Minter, who's stepping in. 2 quick outs, 2 quick ground outs, 1 to second, and 1 to short here for Team Blue. Bring Spencer Chandler to the plate. Now the CSU team, we mentioned a number of players that have decided to return for the Cougars this upcoming season. Some of them have graduated and moved on, as you see another ground out. So 3 quick ground outs for Joyner. That's a way to come out onto the mound for Team Red. 3 up, 3 down. We'll see if Red can make things interesting. Let's head to the bottom of the 6th here on Cougar Sports TV.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% will go pro. That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Don't you worry, my child. Everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling, you keep on walking, 'cause I ain't never gonna leave your side.
As kids fall in love with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
As Division II student athletes, we are committed to being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activities.
The facts are that immediate delivery of CPR and AED saves lives, so everyone should be CPR and AED trained. Please join us in this important initiative. Make it.
Back here on Cougar Sports TV, that was quick work done by Joyner on the mound. Our first look at him, since he didn't get any PT last season. Foul off there by David Meadows, who will lead things off here for Team Red. So Team Red down by 1, 6-5 is the score. We're only playing 7 innings, so last 6 outs here for Red to get right back into this. They're only down by 1, 6-5, and they've got the top of the lineup that has been absolutely dominant so far in this one. Meadows, Boughton, and Brooks, although Brooks, I guess, will be out again for his next hit, so it'll be Meadows, Boughton, and Brabston. New pitcher out there on the mound for Team Blue. As you see that ball outside to make it a 2-1 count, it's Peyton Burton. Made a couple appearances last year for the Cougs. out of Central High over there across the river in Phoenix City. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And Meadows rips one over to third base. Trying to make a diving stop there for Team Blue was Bell. But Meadows is going to record himself a hit, and he'll head over to first base. Good way to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning for Team Red. Second hit of the afternoon for Meadows. And it brings up Boughton. He's 1 for 2, has a walk with a single. Struck out looking to end the 4th. First pitch from Burton, and it's topped over to short, and unable to not only start the double play, but to get one single out, as that one's going to get away from McDade at second. Meadows will head on over to third base. Well, we'll see who the pinch runner is over at first for Team Red. Again, Boughton not running the base paths. We're going to bring John Pardue over there at first base. So Team Red has runners on the corners. Second error of the game for Team Blue. And now 90 feet away from tying this game up is Team Red. Who better at the plate would you rather have? Brabston, who's 3 for 3 with 3 singles, a couple RBIs, and 3 stolen bases. He's had himself an afternoon. So the left-handed hitter behind 0-1 in the count. Pitch from Burton inside on him. 1-1. Swing and a miss there. That was a healthy hack from Brabston at the plate. Jam here for Burton after the error. No outs. Runners on the corners. 6-5 game. Brabston got underneath it. It's a pitch that real good pitch made there by Burton. Not even deep enough to score the run. So for the first time this afternoon, Team Blue gets Brabston out. And it'll bring up Seth Nelson, who's hitless on the afternoon. 0 for 3, a strikeout, a lineout, and a flyout. Well, Nelson rocking the sticks numbers out there, number 11. We mentioned earlier a number of our seniors from last season, some of them having graduated and moved on. We lost the likes of Bryce Delavie, who used to rock number 11 out there in the outfield for the Cougars. Big shout out to Drew Webb. He actually just recently got married. So our congratulations to Webb and his now wife, having graduated from CSU and moving on to bigger and better things. It's quite the time to get married, especially during COVID season, and weddings totally different. Honestly, I'm not even going to lie, because I know that my wife is not listening to this. I would have loved to have gotten married during COVID season. Think about all the money that you could have saved. Not having to feed as many people, not having, the crazy reception with hundreds of people there. You got to say hey to everyone and your long lost aunt that you haven't talked to in 20 years. I mean, my goodness. What a time to get married. A nice, peaceful setting. Get in, get out, boom. You move on. That one hit through the hole on the right side, which is going to plate a run for Team Red. Exactly what they were looking for from Seth Nelson. He delivers the game-tying RBI as Meadows scores, and now Meadows is also going to walk over to second base and replace John Pardue. Meadows just wants the runs. Give him all the runs in this one. Scored twice already, wants to get a third run here as the pinch runner in place of Isaac Boughton. So runners on first and second now in a tie game, 6-6. Red trying to take the lead here to give them a chance to close things out in the top of the seventh. Burton, that one high and inside on Mason Davis. Want to know the count? That one doesn't come down on Burton. 2-0. Well, we certainly hope all of our fans out there, former players, parents, everyone staying safe during this time. Crazy times here in 2020. What a year. That one fouled back, but you know what? I always look at it, and this is what I go back to. When the season was canceled, it was extremely unfortunate, obviously. We had an 18-3 record. We were rolling through the Peach Belt Conference. We were primed for another deep postseason run, and then it all got taken from us. A loss on the season, but you can look at it two ways. You can look at the L as a loss, or you can look at the L as a lesson and an opportunity to learn and grow from it. And you love to see what a lot of these players, not just here on the baseball team, but a lot of the athletes here at Columbus State have done with this opportunity. Lessons to be learned, a chance to grow from the curveballs that have been thrown their way. And all across campus, it's been fun to be a part of seeing the changes and seeing the growth from these athletes, these student athletes here at Columbus State University. 6-6 is our score here in this one. 2-2 the count to Mason Davis, who's at the plate with one out, and runners on first and second. Davis did pick up an RBI back in the third on a sac fly. Trying to give Team Red the lead. I don't know what the extra inning rules are. Do we have any? Just have to yell down to the dugout. And Coach Appleton, who will be entering his 24th year of coaching, head coaching position here at Columbus State University. The famed coach here for the Cougars. Full count. Runners go, and it doesn't matter. Oh, they're going to say that he did go around. There's Coach Appleton making the call. Moderator Bowers giving that one to Coach App. So runners did move up to second and third base. But that's going to be out number 2, so it's all going to be up to Hunter Woodall. Hitless on the afternoon, so what better time to collect your first hit as he fouls that one back. We're only going 7 innings. I say that, but I guess we'll wait and see, depending upon if this is tied. Swing and a miss there, 0-2. Burton went off speed and away there on Woodall. Struck out back in the third inning. Trying to put Team Red on top. We're in the bottom of the 6th of a tie game. We're only playing 7 innings. 8 hits for Team Blue. 10 for Team Red. It was a 4-0 lead for Team Red after 3 before Team Blue put 2 runs on the board in the 4th and then busted things open with a 4-run 5th. But Team Red, they've scored in back-to-back innings. 1 run in the 5th, 1 run here in the 6th. thanks to that Seth Nelson RBI, and they're trying to take the lead here to go after the save in the 7th. They'll keep Joyner out there, by the way, for Team Red on the mound. He did quick work last time. 3 up, 3 down, 3 groundouts. 1-2 the count, 2 down, runners on second and third. And a swing and a miss there from Woodall, and that's going to strand the runners out there. All right, here we go. Let's head to the 7th. All knotted up, 6 apiece.
Yours.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Top of the 7th here on Cougar Sports TV. It is 6-6. Let's get a winning run here. Team Blue or Team Red. I've got no stake in the game, but I'm here for a winner in the 7th inning. We welcome all those who have joined us here on Cougar Sports TV. Had a lot of fun being able to bring a October baseball game to you on our network. It's great to be out here at Ragsdale Field. There's just something about baseball in October. It's just different. Speaking of some October baseball, for all you Braves fans out there, they're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Still 4-3 is the score as you see the fly out to center field there by Connor Curley. So Braves still trying to get back into it. Down by a run in the 7th. Joyner has been outstanding on the mound for the Cougars. First pitch swinging there by McDade as that one goes out of play. 3 groundouts in the 6th. And he's got a quick out to Connor Curley here to start the 7th. 1-1 the count to McDade. Walked his last time up. Had a double his first at bat. Matthew McDade, the sophomore for the Cougars. Played in all 21 games last year. Was constantly in the lineup as a freshman back in 2019. Got to get all my years right. Man, it's going to be so hard to keep track of everyone's classification and the years that they played with everyone getting eligibility back. You've got a lot of red shirts out there anyways. Can get pretty confusing, especially when you're looking at some of the players and what season they're in here compared to how old they actually are. Going to get a lot more older players at the collegiate level over the next couple of seasons. There's a fly out to right field for out number 2. Speaking of getting older, just found out that it's going to be Devin Dudall's birthday this upcoming weekend. Won't reveal his age, but we'll give him a shout out. We'll let everyone hit him up on Twitter and wish him a happy birthday. Two outs, base is empty, 6-6. Still knotted up. Joyner has retired all 5 that he's faced. He's looking to make it 6 for 6 with Steven Minter back up at the plate. His lone hit came back in the 4th, but that's what started that rally for Team Blue. They had back-to-back-to-back singles, and they plated 2 runs before eventually taking the lead. Just out in front of that one. It goes towards the bullpen of the Cougars. Team Blue and Team Red playing a 3-game inter-squad series here. Apparently Team Red says that they have the lead, the overall lead in their inter-squads. I'll take their word for it, unless Team Blue wants to disagree. 1-2 the count. We'll be here on Cougar Sports TV today and tomorrow. We won't be here for Thursday's inter-squad. We'll be over at the soccer field for their scrimmage, or our women's soccer team. So, again, make sure you join us right back here at the ballpark tomorrow afternoon. Should be roughly the same time as today's game. We'll keep you posted, though, on our Twitter. Make sure you follow us at CSU Cougars BSB. Keep up with all the information. Full count. 2 down, bases empty. The shortstop Minter, the one digging in, the 6'2", 200-pound sophomore. Joyner is going to send his pitch, and that one's going to get past the diving Meadows. He was diving to his left. Skirts into left field. 2-out hit. First hit given up by Joyner. So Joyner went ground out, ground out, ground out. And then here in the 7th, he went fly out before giving up that single. Here comes Dane Bullock. He had the big hit his last time up. He's come up with big hits over the years for CSU. He's going to need one right here for Team Blue with 2 outs. First pitch down the pipe. See what kind of speed Minter has over there at first. They've gone back over there a couple times. Oh, and won the count with 2 outs in a tie game, 6-6. Looking for a winner here in the 7th, only playing 7 innings. See the GoPro, if you look closely on Bullock's helmet, that's what you see protruding at the top of his batting helmet. He's rocking the GoPro. Up close and personal for all the fans out there. Sure, he'll get some good footage. Had it on Brooks earlier as well when he was behind the plate. Joyner looking to get out of this one after he gave up the 2-out single. Minter on first, Bullock at the plate, 0-2 the count. Off the end of the bat, that's going to go foul. Keep it at 0-2. Braves fans They're in the 7th. Still trailing by 1, but they got a runner in scoring position. Runners on the corners as Bullock puts that one in the foul territory again. Minter will have to trot on back to first base. Well, our women's golf team is in action yesterday and today. A big shout out to our women's golf team participating in their first tournament of the season. Golf being allowed to play here in the fall. We've got some golf as well as tennis and cross country. Golf team playing over at the Lady Flames Regional Preview. And had a good showing as you see that pitch inside on Bullock. They're going to call a strike there. So that'll do it for Team Blue. They'll head back to the dugout. Nothing happening there for Bullock. Runner stranded over there on first base. We'll see if Team Red can find a winner. Bottom of the 7th coming up.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay, get in the way, and disrupt the situation.
Notify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Opportunity to me means doing the things that will make you a better future. I always dreamed of graduating from college. So being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed was paying off. Having an athletic scholarship for the University of Mount Olive was key for my success. I had the opportunity to not only get an education, but be able to develop as an individual.
Here we go, bottom of the 7th on Cougar Sports TV. Looking for a winner. 6-6 our score. Just got word from the players helping us out up here in the press box. No extra innings in our inner squads. We like to hear that, right? So even if it ends a tie, it ends a tie. They say that they don't think they've had a tie so far in their inner squads. And even if there is a winner before the third and final out, they'll play it out. So we're going to play out the 3 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. And what happens, happens. And that'll be it for our first inner squad here on Cougar Sports TV. You'll get some more action tomorrow, so make sure you join us right back here tomorrow. Get another inner squad here at Ragsdale Field. All right, Team Red, can we get a winner? John Pardue will lead things off, and then the top of the lineup. Exactly what Team Red wants to see. Meadows and Balton to follow. See if Pardue can be the one to get on base to lead things off. 2-1 the count. Burton obviously back out there for his second inning of work. So Team Blue saw Osthoff, Brockman, and Burton go on the mound for them. Team Red, Lotta, Forthoffer, and Joyner. Great job by Colton Joyner, by the way. Fantastic on the mound. Gave up just that one single, that 2-out single. Other than that, dominant. Hitters count, 3-1. Burton's pitch in the dirt and away. It's ball 4. There it is. Leadoff man on the base path says John Pardue draws a walk. He'll be potentially the winning run for Team Red. No Brooks here the rest of the scrimmage after he was dinged up. Here's David Meadows, already with 2 singles, and tries to lay down a bunt there. It's going to go foul. How about the Braves, by the way? For all of you Braves fans out there, Braves fans are celebrating right now. They just took a 7-4 lead in the bottom of the 7th. Plenty of Braves fans out there either watching and listening and out there on the field here at Ragsdale Field. Majority of our team Atlanta Braves followers. Playing the first game of their NLDS, and they just scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th. Travis d'Arnaud hit a 3-run bomb just now to make it 7-4. Guy who had a really good regular season for the Braves. One and one the count. David Meadows at the plate. John Pardue over on first. 6-6 our score here in the bottom of the 7th. Shows bunt, pulls back. We're only playing 3 more outs here, regardless of if we get a winner or not. Two and one the count. See if Meadows shows bunt again. He does. And pulls back, and it's going to get away from the catcher. A wild pitch thrown there by Burton. Not what you wanted to see if your team blew. As Meadows doesn't even have to sacrifice or give himself up. They've got a runner over in scoring position. Three and one count. And now we can watch Meadows swing away. And he does so, and it's going to be a line out to McDade. A nice snag there by McDade. Charging over to his left. A much needed one defensively there. That would have moved Pardue 90 feet away from winning it. Pardue, though, still in scoring position. Now Isaac Boughton at the plate. Want to know the count after that high and inside pitch. Well, they've got the second playoff game underway right now between the Astros and the Athletics. So playoff baseball in full swing mode right here. Well, that's a nice hop there by Minter to get up without letting that ball get into the outfield. Had that ball gone into the outfield, Pardue's over on third base with only one out. Minter showing off his vertical and his height there at 6'2". Boughton, though, way ahead in this count, 3-0. Only one out, Pardue at second. And there's a called strike. 19 combined hits between these two squads. 12 total runs, 6-6. Bottom of the 7th. Final 2 outs to go. We'll see if it ends up a tie or if someone can come away with a win. Boughton draws himself a walk. Puts runners on first and second. Second walk drawn by Boughton today. So had a walk drawn in his first and last at-bats. Here's the guy who's been dominating this afternoon, Colby Brabston. 2 RBIs, 3 singles, 3 stolen bases. Might as well put the cherry on top with a game-winning RBI here. One and one the count with 1 down. Pardue's at second base. Reds trying to come up with a winner here. Burton's pitch off the end of the bat. Flared into deep left field. Going all the way back there to make the grab is Wilbanks. So get it back in without allowing Pardue to move up. So Brabston can't hit a winner here this afternoon. It'll all come down to the bat of Seth Nelson. Well, Nelson did have the RBI hit his last time up back in the 6th inning that tied this game up. He made it 6-6, bringing home David Meadows. Can he bring home John Pardue? Want to know the count with 2 down. Burton's pitch. Ooh, that ended up hitting Nelson. So it won't come down to the bat of Nelson. He'll take first base. How about Mason Davis? He'll be the one to get a crack at winning this for Team Red. Okay, who's got Mason Davis hitting the walk-off here for Team Red? He struck out his past 2 at-bats. Oh for 3. Did have a sac fly earlier, though. Just needs to hit a single to potentially give John Pardue a chance to come home. By the way, it's not John Pardue who's out there at second base. They have brought David Meadows, or David Meadows is over there at second base. Excuse me, John Pardue's at third base. So a single will do it here for Team Red. Just put the ball in play and give your team a chance here if you're Mason Davis. By the way, all you Braves fans, it got even more comfortable. Another home run. Dansby Swanson hit a 2-run home run. It's now 9-4. 6-run inning. One and one the count. It's a nice day for our moderator, Carson Bowers, out there calling balls and strikes for these two teams. No arguments so far. 1-1 pitch. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning. This will be the last chance here for Team Red to potentially come away with a win. Otherwise, we'll remain tied, and that's how it will end. Strike called there, 2-2. Wouldn't have it any other way, right? Bottom of the 7th inning, down to their final strike, final out. 2-2 the count, 2 outs, bases loaded here. What's Mason Davis got? Oh, he's going to look at a ball in the dirt. Chance for a winner here. Where's Burton going? What pitch is he throwing here? Full count, 2 outs, bases loaded, down to their final strike. There's the pitch. Mason Davis just fouls it off. Barely stayed alive. They don't believe they've had a tie so far in the inner squads. They don't want a tie here in inner squads. You never want a tie in inner squads. Mason Davis is going to look at a called third strike, and that's how it's going to end in a 6-6 tie. Bases loaded with 2 outs. That's going to end things here at Ragsdale Field. No winner in this one. Of course not. That's how we start off our inner squads here on Cougar Sports TV. Hey, y'all, it's been awesome. Fantastic and a lot of fun to be back here on the mic on Cougar Sports TV here at Ragsdale Field. Saw a lot of runs, saw a lot of action. 6-6 our final score in this one. That's going to wrap things up for us here at the ballpark. Again, make sure you join us right back here tomorrow. Same thing, same time, same location. Let's get it on, and let's get a winner tomorrow afternoon. Your final in this one, 6-6 for Corey Aldis, for all of your cameramen and statisticians. We'll see y'all right back here tomorrow afternoon. Have a great night, y'all.